Yo, you guys in YouTube land, how do you do? Not very sure where I am. You know, if the place had some like a name sign or something like that, that would be useful, don't you think?
But yes, this is where we are. We are at Woodlands Waterfront. And at Woodlands Waterfront, there is a playground. Yes, a playground with a very unique name. A name that brings back memories. And in any park in Singapore, when you go to a park, there is always a playground. But what's interesting here is the name of this playground. Yes, the name of this playground they were going to is called SkyNet. Yes, SkyNet. Does the name sound familiar to you? Yes, it is a name that will be familiar to those movie buff who watched the movie called The Terminator. And here is SkyNet. Not exactly what I expect SkyNet to look like. Honestly. This is more like a net in the sky. What I really expect, or what I would think would supposed to be here, is something more like this. Yes, I expect there to be more apocalypse than playground, more ruin than structure, more machines than humans. Yes, definitely less net, less playground than what I expect there to be. Shouldn't there be like, Terminators here, T-800s, shooting people, killing people, rubble everywhere. So, according to the movies, Judgment Day, where SkyNet became self-aware and decided to exterminate humanity and launch a nuclear attack on Russia, and this provoked a nuclear counter-strike against the United States, and because of that, the world ran up in flames. Boom, 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 boom. Well, at least that's what happened in the movie. And this happened on August 29, 1997. Wait a minute here. 1997. But now it's already 2021. I think there's something wrong with the timeline here now. Oh yes, I remember the reason why I gave you that date of 1997 is because of the first two Terminator movies, The Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which came out in 1991. So it said that supposed to have the end of the world in 1997, but they destroyed cyberdyne systems which created SkyNet, and so they averted Judgment Day. Or did they? Well, the interesting thing is there were more movies and even a TV show. So I guess they didn't stop the apocalypse. They may have just postponed it. But to when? Yes, to when?
Behind me is SkyNet. Yes, SkyNet. So from here, they will take over the world, bomb us with nuclear bombs, and then take over with robots. Arnold Schwarzenegger-like robots. So it all starts from here, SkyNet. When will we humans learn?
But before we go, let's head to the other end of the Woodlands Waterfront Park. And here you can see there's a concrete bridge that crosses the mouth of a river. Which river is that? And what do you see in front of us? Is this mouth, this river called Sungai China. And in the past, in the 70s and before the early 80s, all along Sungai China, there were villages, but it's all gone.
Sungai Sini flows down from where we started up all the way down here, and then comes down here and meets the sea at the mouth of the river. Just so happens the mouth of the river is in front of the Straits of Johor and Johor Bahru.
So, the mouth of the river flows into the Straits of Johor that you see right before us now. And like I mentioned earlier, along Sungai China, there used to be a kampong or a village, and that was here until maybe the early 80s. And then now all that is left there is a nature reserve. What is not very obvious now is that at the mouth of the river there used to be a jetty. Yes, there was a jetty here, probably the original Woodlands jetty, more commonly remembered as the Shell jetty. It stood here, but unfortunately over the years this jetty got slowly, barbecued out of existence by the seafood lovers who would come here and use its plank for fire. So by the late 1990s, the jetty disappeared from view. Anyway, so I guess that is my little story time or rant about SkyNet, this playground that you see here. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure. Yep, this little adventure here. As per usual, like, share and subscribe. I got Patreon, I also got PayPal, support me on those, or just watch some of my old videos. I got lots and lots of food adventures that I traveled all around Singapore, eating at all the different food centers. You may be interested in those videos. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you have to do is to join me for my next adventure. I will see you guys around. Bye bye.